Hey everyone out there, welcome to the SOPHIEJO Show. It's the SOPHIEJO, the SOPHIEJO, the SOPHIEJO Show. Yeah, baby, I am excited to be here. This is episode 1 of the SOPHIEJO Show, and I hope y'all are tapped in and y'all gonna be tuned in and y'all stay in because I'm excited about this show. This is something I've been just kind of thinking about, dreaming about, curating in my brain for literally years and years and years. I just never really pulled the plug on it. But yeah, this is the SOPHIEJO Show where we are going to be getting into a little bit of everything: pop culture, personal life stories, advice. Not even advice. I could use some advice myself, child. A little bit of politics, not too much. And of course, my stance on the race war that we live in currently, that we've always been living in. Okay. So this is episode 1. Okay, so first I want to talk a little bit about, if you guys are aware, I think over the weekend there was the No Kings protest, took place all over the U.S. pretty much, but primarily Chicago, New York, California, and Texas for sure. There was a No Kings protest. If you don't know what a No Kings protest is, it's basically where the people of the United States are saying there are no kings here. We don't have just one major king or queen who runs everything and who we like look up to. Even though we do have a president, there is no king. You know, it's a statement to the government, to just the leaders, saying like, y'all don't rule us. Yes, you make decisions, but we vote for you. You don't vote for us. And we vote for you to take actions that help and benefit us as citizens. So the protest is saying like, Trump, I know you are the president and you think that you're making all the calls, but this is our country that we all run, we all help build. It's not just about one person or one color or one class of people. So that took place over the weekend, child. Some of it was a little rowdy and some of it, I'm here for it, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's a statement saying, like I just said, you know, this country is not made up of just one person or one race or one demographic or one class of people. It's literally made up of a multitude of different things: people, races, genders, classes of people, like I said. And Trump had this to say, child. Trump said, in his recent statement as he was getting on the Air Force One, okay, he said, "I think it's a joke. I looked at the people and they're not representative of this country." That within itself just shows you how, like, he really is delusional. But you know what? Before I get into my statement, if we all tapped into our inner Delulu a little bit as much as Trump, we probably all would, like, accomplish our dreams and goals. Because nobody in their right mind would think Trump, a reality star, a businessman, would become the president of the United States. But he thought it. He believed in himself so much to where he rigged up some kind of way to become president twice. So back to what I was saying, he's delusional because he says the people at these protests are not representative of the U.S. Huh? That's all that were there. If you look at pictures, I'm going to put some pictures up right now on the screen. So if you are listening and not watching, make sure you head over to YouTube and type in the SOPHIEJO Show. But the crowd at these protests literally was a melting pot. It was black people, it was Asian people, white people, Latinas. It was literally what America is, a giant melting pot. And we all know that's what Trump does not want. Trump literally wants white is right and rich is right. Like, people always think Trump is so caught up on race, which he is, but he's number one. He's caught up on money and class of people. He wants rich. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. He does care about race, but mainly he cares about money. If you broke and poor, don't even look his way. He only can relate to rich people and billionaires and trillionaires, okay? Even though he's literally like about to die. Like, where you gonna spend all your money? All this money you working hard for, I don't even think he gonna leave it to his raggedy kids. Sorry to the kids. But yeah, I just thought that was so crazy and delusional of him to think these people at these protests do not resemble or represent what America is, when literally you look at the pictures, it was a melting pot of different people. It's like, are you crazy? Or you are willingly not wanting to see how diverse this country is when it is super diverse. Child, with all that being said, today is Kamala's birthday. I really wish I really wish Vice President or former Vice President Kamala Harris would have won as the president. I think it's still an amazing stride that she made, even being the first vice president, being a woman running for president. It's still groundbreaking and history making. We all know she won. Well, at least this is my opinion, because some people think that she didn't win and that like certain people didn't come out and vote. No, when we looked at that map, let's be clear. Elon literally rigged the votes, and that's how Trump won, because all the votes that came in for Kamala, they made it seem as though those were the votes for Trump. So that's my opinion on it. Anyways, today's her birthday. Happy birthday to the good soul. Okay, guys, I also wanted to talk about over the weekend as well, or this past week, Kylie Jenner has relaunched her King Kylie era. I wanted to talk about it because I just have a few opinions, and also some of these opinions are reflective of me being on TikTok and just on social media in general. Y'all know she has Kylie Jenner makeup or makeup brand or whatever. So she released a kit, I think a lip kit, and also like an eyeshadow palette, all the things, but it's like coded in her King Kylie era with the turquoise hair and all that good stuff. So she dropped this kind of like, it was a pretty cool video, like a teaser saying, you know, King Kylie era is coming back and all that good stuff. She even like sang on a new song, I think. And like, I think it was supposed to be like, oh my gosh, the return of King Kylie, this era when she was with Tyga, and like people say she was kind of biting off Heather Sanders, and you know, that whole era of Kylie when she really, really was like Kylie Jenner. Like, this is when the lip allegations and all that stuff was out. But I think because Kylie's makeup is not, don't get me wrong, because I think she like sold part of it for like $1 billion or $1 million. So, you know, who am I? I don't have that much money. But I think just in general, when people are like going makeup shopping or thinking about the best makeup and things like that, I don't think the first thing at the top of their mind is, ooh, I have to get the Kylie eyeshadow. Like, I don't think people are doing that. So I think she is trying, her and her team, trying to get the people going, get the people excited again about Kylie Jenner makeup. And they know that that King Kylie era was huge in pop culture, and they're trying to like revive it. But I hate to say it, but I don't know if that was it. I think she thought we would be more excited and amped up about it than we were, or than we are. Especially on TikTok, we see a lot of think pieces and you know, people's opinions about it. Kind of was a flop. The revamp and the return was kind of a flop. Now, I could be biased because it could be, I hate to bring race into it, but I'm gonna bring race into it. It might be the black community that it was a flop for. Like, we're not like, oh my God. It might be, you know, her fellow, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought I would share that. Do y'all think the King Kylie revamp era was a flop? Or do you think it was like, ooh, this is smart marketing, this is genius, let's get the people going and get the people excited? Y'all let me know in the comments. Speaking of comments on YouTube, make sure you drop down, and if you guys have like anything that you want me to give my opinion about, or even possibly advice, feel free to DM me on Instagram at the SOPHIEJO, or you can comment on this YouTube video. And I think that'll be really exciting if we can get some topics or some things to give advice on and things like that. Really excited about that. Y'all, let's get into this crazy video that I saw this morning. Pastor Marvin Winans. I believe he is the brother to BB and CC Winans, the gospel singers, because I know one of their brothers is a preacher. I believe this is him. There's a video going around of him in the church. There's a lady doing her donations or tithes or whatever it's called in the church, and she gave a check for the amount of $1,200. Apparently, Pastor Wayans specifically asked for $2,000, and he like called her out for it. He was like, you missing $800 basically, and said it on a mic in front of the entire congregation. And she was like, I'll have the $800 for you on another check or something like that. And then he was like, y'all are not listening. I asked for 2,000 exact. Whoa. I was so like flabbergasted watching that video because we just now coming off the heels of, I believe, Marvin Sapp. I think that's who it is, who was like, close the doors, close the doors. You know, when people were not donating or giving their tithes in the church, these pastors are getting crazy. Okay, because if I'm not mistaken, I thought we come to church to hear the word, to grow a healthy, strong relationship with the Lord, letting the Lord use you as a vessel to preach his word. It looks like we come to church to pay your bills. I understand it takes money from the congregation to run a church, keep the lights on, keep Bibles in there, and keep the water running and things like that. But it comes to a point. Hello, it comes to a point. Y'all are getting greedy and you're not even trying to hide it anymore. Cough up or you can't come in this church. That's what it is. Cough it up or you can't come in the church. The house of the Lord. And people wonder why the church is losing its younger population. They're wondering why every church I go to, it's not that many youth. It's not that much youth in the church because we see through the BS. First off, take it how you want. Take it how you want. I don't need to go to the physical church to build and grow a relationship with the Lord, if that's who you believe in. I don't have to be in the church. I go to the church as a choice because the church is supposed to be a house for me to feel that connection even further and to get a deeper understanding of the Bible. But no, y'all want to go in church and every 2 seconds you pass around buckets and now it's all on the phone. Scan this QR code, Cash App if you want to. Hey, I'm not here to pay your bills. And that's why people are becoming more and more reluctant to going to the church. And because of that, I want to say this. I am not the most religious person. I am not. Was I baptized as a child? Yes, I was. Me and my relationship with the Lord above, it's our own relationship. I'm more spiritual based than I am religious. I don't think I have to go in the physical church every Sunday to be blessed and to bless others. I do not. That's just me. But I want to say this. I think as the generations get younger and younger, we're losing a connection somewhere. I don't know if it's because of situations like this where people, specifically younger people, don't feel as comfortable going to a church. But I think we are losing the connection somewhere. And I think because of that, nobody is connected to a source, is what I'm saying. Everybody believes in the stars and the moon, which is fine and dandy. Do you? I don't judge, okay? Because I too am on my own path. We are all on our own paths. But I think because we and the younger and younger people are not connected to a source of higher power, we don't think there is anybody above us. The kids, they don't think there's anyone above them. So in their mind, they are like God. They are God. So that's why I think there's so many deaths and so many killings and so much senseless killings, because we don't look at each other as value. We think, oh, I'm powerful enough to take your life and I don't really have to pay no consequences because I don't believe in nothing. I don't believe in the afterlife. I don't believe I'm going to hell, or even if I don't believe, I don't care. That's what I think a lot of people are thinking nowadays. And don't get me wrong, there's been killings, there's been senseless crimes going on for the beginning of time. But I feel like it's even more, what's the word? It's happening even more because nobody is afraid of anything. And it could be because video games and gun violence on, in music and video games and things like that. But I just think it's all that wrapped up into one. And like I said, nobody is afraid or no one is connected to the source. There is no morale. Nobody has morals and values anymore. Nobody has feelings, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's like, F you, I'm going to F you, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to rob you. I'm going to get on drugs and keep taking these drugs. because I have no spiritual connection to nothing else. So I feel lonely. I feel lost. I wanted to give my 2 cents on that. Y'all comment down below and let me know if y'all think what I'm saying is accurate, or if you have a completely total different opinion. Let me know. Let's have a chat. Let's start the conversation, because I want to know, where are people going in the spiritual direction, in the religious direction. Like I said, I'm more spiritual based than I am religion based. But back to Pastor Marvin Winans about the money and all that stuff. That's so crazy to me. That's crazy. Here we are. You want people to believe in you. You want people to come to you for comfort, come to you for help. And you are condemning, in a way, bashing one of your church members in front of the entire church because she $800 short on her donation. What are we talking about, people? Money is the root of all evil, and I always say that. I'm not a big Bible toter, but that is in the Bible. Money is the root of all evil, and that's something that I truly believe in. I believe that statement because of money, people will do the worst things. Some people will do the best things for the love of money. For the love of money. But that wraps up episode 1 of the SOPHIEJO, the SOPHIEJO show. If y'all enjoyed this episode, I'm so excited that I am doing this. And make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok at the SOPHIEJO. I think I'm going to start Twitch, not sure, but make sure y'all are tapped in. I'm also going to be covering like housewives and Married to Medicine episodes, because I absolutely love the Bravo universe. So make sure y'all are tapping in, and you can follow me on Instagram as well, the SOPHIEJO. Once again, if y'all have specific topics that you would like for me to talk about and cover, feel free to DM me on Instagram at the SOPHIEJO, or comment down below on YouTube, and I will see y'all in my next one. Peace.